can be the greatest, you can be the best. You can be the King Kong banging on your chest. You could beat the world, you can beat the war. You could talk to God, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you can find yourself.
Standing in the Hall of Fame, and the world's gotta know your name. You burn with the brightest flame, and the world's gotta know your name. We are the walls of the Hall of Fame.
You can know the distance, you could run the mile. You can walk straight through hell with a smile. You could be the hero, you can be the gold, breaking all the records that never could be broke. Do it for your people, do it for your pride. How you gonna know if you never even try? Do it for your country, do it for your name, cause there's gonna be a day.
Standing in the Hall of Fame, and the world's gotta know your name. 'Cause you burn with the brightest flame, and the world's gonna know your name. You'll be on the walls of the Hall of
You could be
Fame.
a champion, you could be 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 a champion.
Standing in the Hall of Fame, and the world's gonna know your name. 'Cause you burn with the brightest flame.
Welcome to our annual sports banquet. We are so glad that you're able to join us in this new virtual but very real, I should say, platform. Athletics at Francis Parker School is a hallmark of our program. It is through our athletic experiences that we learn character and, Mr. Thomas's favorite word, grit. We also form friendships that last a lifetime. We learn from veteran and new coaches who teach us the skills that we will need, not just for the next game, but for the next experience in life. And no more would it be more clear to us the value of athletics than during this time. But let's go back before COVID-19 to the extraordinary hard work that all of our athletes put in for our fall seasons, for the outstanding championships and almost championships that we had this year. We had so much success with Parker Athletics, and there is so much to celebrate. I have wonderful memories of being on the sidelines and cheering on all of our Lancers. So let's make sure our memories go way back, not just to March, but back to August, back to last spring when you were thinking about everything that you wanted to do for this year. We are grateful to all of our coaches for their hard work, for their attention to your care and your growth, for their tireless dedication to making you the best people you could be. I am grateful to work with Mr. Thomas, who is an extraordinary athletic director who has not skipped a beat during this time. To all of our coaches, to our #1 in the world athletic trainer, Nikki Diener, always a shout out for her, and for everyone who is a part of this great element, aspect, and critical pathway to learning about life, which is Parker Athletics. Lancer Legion is very strong, and I know we're going to have a wonderful celebration of the many accomplishments of our outstanding scholar athletes. Go Lancers! So during these last few weeks, I've had the opportunity to attend many senior nights, and what this reminded me of was the absolute vision that Coach Anthony Thomas has had for Parker Athletics since before he even stepped foot on campus, his new home. It is a great privilege to work with someone who is so dedicated to the students, to the coaches, to everyone, to the refs' experience when they're on campus, to our fans' experience, to our parents. It is just an honor and a privilege to introduce Mr. Anthony Thomas.
Thank you, Dr. Gillespie, for all of your support. We could not do this without you. I also want to thank the mighty Parker Pep Band for opening our Athletic Awards night with their rendition of Hall of Fame. I could not imagine any athletic event without the involvement of our amazing pep band. Throughout this year, they have brought the fire to our games in ways no other school gets to experience. We are so fortunate to have their talents on display during our events. Good evening and welcome, Lancer Nation, to the 2019-2020 Athletic Awards night. While we can all agree that we would like nothing more than to be together in the Parker Fieldhouse tonight, those who know me know that I will never pass up an opportunity to celebrate our student athletes. So though we come to you virtually, this evening we come with the intentions of celebrating the class of 2020, all of our student athletes and their coaches who have led them through triumph, defeat, and an unprecedented time that challenged us in ways that we never could imagine. Richard Rohr, the American author, spiritual writer, and Franciscan friar, recently wrote, "We are in the midst of a highly teachable moment." Parker Athletics are all about teachable moments. How to deal with adversity, how to overcome conflict, how to work together on a common goal, how to stay interested in a Google Meet class. There's no doubt that this period will be referred to for the rest of our lifetimes. Rohr goes on to say, "We have a chance to go deep and to go broad. We're in this together." Now I agree with Rohr. Now is the time that we apply the Parker phrase, "no limit to better." COVID-19 has put many things into context that we have taken for granted. But I know that our community is strong, and together we will get through this. We had the opportunity to fall apart, but in the typical Parker fashion, we responded with grace, compassion, and determination. That is who we are. We witnessed some amazing feats in the fall and winter seasons. Football returning to the mountaintop with a CIF Division V championship. Boys water polo playing in the second consecutive CIF championship game. Cross country winning back-to-back CIF D5 championships and finishing third in the state championship. Boys basketball winning a Coastal League championship and arguably the toughest league in the county, and then finishing fourth in the entire county. Our boys soccer program won the Coastal League and made a run to the CIF finals. And not to be outdone, the girls soccer team advanced to the finals of CIF, all while playing their games on the road, including an exciting game out at Central Union. And if you wanted something new, we have that for you too. How about the start of our new girls water polo program and our boys rugby program? But my heart goes out to our spring student athletes, however. None of us were prepared for the pandemic that would halt everything that we love to do. But just as sports teaches us, we were prepared to deal with this adversity. Although the scoreboard may not have lit up in our favor anymore, our computer screens lit up with our coaches continuing to stay connected with you, and you with one another. Connectedness had a new meaning, and our season didn't end. We have persevered by sticking together, and no scoreboard will ever be able to tell that story. When we come out the other side of this pandemic, I know we will have a great appreciation for one another and the sports we play. We will play again, and when we do, renewed passion. Last month, starting on May 5th, we began a 2-week celebration of our seniors as our individual spring sports held their senior night ceremonies. What I took away from those amazing ceremonies is this: sports mattered. I am likely preaching to the choir when I say that, but we should all be so proud of what Parker Athletics means to our student athletes. the relationships, the character, the trust, the respect, the admiration, the accountability, the hard work, the pride and inspiration that comes from our program is mind-blowing. We will hear from our student athletes on that specific note. Athletics is an important endeavor in any school community, and none of our success would be possible if it was not for my amazing team who works tirelessly to make our program run. So I want to thank Coach John Herman, Missy Ross, my right hand, Coach D for his wisdom, Amani Walker, Jarrett Phillips, Jeff Rose, Matt Morrison, our incredible Enrique de la Cruz, and last but definitely not least, our amazing athletic trainer, Nikki Daner. Collectively, they are the team behind the teams. Lastly, to all of our coaches, words cannot express how grateful I am for your commitment, passion, wisdom, adaptability, and love for our student athletes. The time that you dedicate to making things fun, competitive, preparing and game planning, being transformational, putting our student athletes first, and just being there and leading your programs is commendable. To simply say we have the best coaching staff would not do them justice. They are teacher coaches dedicated to the growth and development of each of their student athletes, and they work tirelessly to provide them with the best experience possible. Now, those of you who also know me know I could go on about the accolades of our student athletes and coaches, but you did not come here to listen to me speak. So without further ado, let's get this party started with our Fall Sports Awards presentations. And we will begin with our cross-country coach, Matt Schellenberg.
Good evening, my name is Matt Schellenberg. I'm the head coach of country, and I'll be presenting awards for both the guys and the girls team. Just a couple highlights of the season. We did have a league championship, a CIF championship, and a third place finish at the state meet in Fresno. Our Parker Power Award for girls goes to Alexa Gibson, and Parker Power for our boys goes to Spencer Say. And for the MVP for the girls is Savannah Gordon, and MVP for the boys is Kenan Paula. Up next, I'd like to introduce Matt Morrison, head football coach.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here and then get the chance to talk about two of our very special student athletes. First, I'd like to present our 2020 Parker Power Award winner for the Parker football program. There's many things I think make the game of football unique, but ultimately I think what makes it so special is that there's such a low barrier to entry. There are positions on the field, no matter your size, your strength, your speed, your agility, your hand-eye coordination. Ultimately, football is a game of will, not a game of skill. And in all the years that I've had the privilege to coach football, I have never coached anybody that had a stronger will than Russell Childs. It doesn't matter how his body felt. It didn't matter what our record was. It didn't matter if it was a summer 7-on-7 game, a Monday walkthrough, or the Wednesday practice, or the CIF championship. When Russell stepped on the field, everybody could feel his presence, they could feel his intensity, they could feel his focus, and it raised the level of not only himself, but his teammates. That will is what enabled Russell to play at an all-conference level this season, despite battling significant wrist, shoulder, and ankle injuries. It's that will that propelled him not just to lead our team in tackles, but in attitude. And it is that will that I know is going to push him to accomplish great things now that his playing days are over. Congratulations to our 2020 Parker Power Award winner, Russell Childs. The 2019 season at Francis Parker was incredibly special on the football field, capturing both league and CIF championships. And while there were several things that enabled our ability to do that, what comes to mind first if you watch this play is balance. This season, we had 8 players who scored multiple touchdowns. We had 6 players who totaled over 500 yards. 10 players had over 40 tackles, and 14 different players caused a turnover. When you have a team with that kind of balance, it makes selecting a most valuable player very difficult. And after taking a poll of both our coaches and our captains, it was an even split, and I was unwilling to break the tie because I felt both of these young men were so deserving. What really exemplifies the value that both of them brought to our team is the fact that they both truly cared more about the team's success than about their own success. These two players are two of the most statistically accomplished players in the history of Parker football, but they would gladly throw all that away if it meant that our team had a better chance to win. When your best players are your hardest workers and are your most willing players to sacrifice for the betterment of the team, the culture that is created is the one that allows the team to reach its fullest potential. While their measurable statistics and awards are very impressive, the standard that these two men set with their leadership, their toughness, their character, and their work ethic was far more valuable in our team's run to league and section championships. They have made lasting changes on the Parker football program. They've made lasting changes on the Francis Parker School community, and I'm excited to see the lasting changes they make on the world around them now as they pursue their college education. Congratulations to Trevor Brokowski and Sam Camposeco.
Thank you, Coach. I'd first like to recognize Ashveen, Autumn, Esha, and Tamsin. All newer to the game, but they did awesome this year. Next, Isabella, remarkable young lady who's always willing to do whatever it takes. Our two freshman phenoms, Nyla Brown and Alexa Ortiz, they were all league this year, great teammates and great players. Finally, our senior and co-captain, Kate Hassler. Kate showed such improved play and great leadership this year. I don't have enough time to say all the things I'd like to say about Kate, but I know she's going to be successful in all she does. I want to publicly thank all these players for their hard work and commitment and how they came together as a team. Thank you, ladies. Now the Parker Power Award. Davis, your hard work as both a player and captain shined through in your game and leadership. It was a privilege to watch you improve this season. Davis, you make the game more fun for all of us and represent Parker in ways we all hope to. Thank you, Davis. Avery, it's not only your outstanding play, but your manner that makes you our MVP. You embody what it means to be a great teammate and how to represent Parker. You are humble, caring, and always the first to offer help. Thanks, Avery, for all you do. Now, head boys sand volleyball coach, John Herman.
Our Parker Power Award winner for sand volleyball is a 3-year varsity player, which is a major accomplishment on the sand. This year, he played on our #1 doubles team all season and helped lead our team to the County Division I championship. This young man could always be counted on to do whatever he could to help his team be successful. He is hardworking, relentless, and his passion inspired our whole program. He is a beast in the weight room. In addition, he is a great mentor to our younger players and is well respected by everyone in our program. He was the heart that fueled our team. Mark Tankersley. Our MVP for sand volleyball embodies everything we want a Parker volleyball player to be. He is devoted, diligent, caring, and he has grit. Through his effort and hard work, he transformed himself into an accomplished beach player and our undisputed team MVP. This young man played on our #1 doubles team in each of the past 2 years. He was integral to the success of our team through his play and outstanding leadership. He was the driving force behind organizing last year's summer workouts. He was the glue that connected our team. He will continue his volleyball career next year at MIT. Ben Sherris. Next up is Chris McGrath, our sailing coach.
Greetings, and first I'd just like to thank everybody that supported our team this year. Obviously the sailors, the parents, the athletic department, and everyone at the upper school. Thank you so much for all your support. We're a little drier than we wish we were at this time of year, but we'll take what we can get, so thank you. I'd like to start first on behalf of our coaches, Randy Lake, Ty Reed, and Gigi Dean, to recognize our Parker Power Award winner, Rada Carollo, who came to us as a sophomore and leaves as a senior, one of our strongest, most talented and hardworking crews. She can also skipper and drive the boat pretty well, and off she goes to Columbia, where they have a club team that's pretty good, and I hope she gives it a shot. Rada, I wish you much success as you sail into the future. Next up, we've got our MVP, and that's going to be Reese Ger-Hairscott. Reese came as a freshman, and that very same year she was crewing for a team at the national championships in Boston. Same thing next year as we were in Texas, and we ended up second in the country. Reese is just a quiet leader, a competitive, driven, and kind teammate that we'll remember for a long time. She's going to be heading up to Scripps College, where hopefully she can kickstart that team, and with her leadership, they'll be a force on the West Coast in no time. So thanks so much to all of you guys, all of our seniors, all of our teammates and parents. Next up is Cecile Santini, who's going to award the surf team Parker Power an MVP. Thank you.
Hi, I'm excited to be here tonight to celebrate all of our student athletes. Congratulations to you all. As a surf team coach, I'd like to thank all of our surf team students and parents for a great season. Here, our surf team had around 25 students each trimester. We competed in the Scholastic Surf Series in Division 5 in both individual and team events. I am proud to present the Surf Team Parker Power Award to Charlie Ogle. Charlie joined the team as a freshman and has been a dedicated and passionate surfer ever since. He is always supportive, encouraging, and stoked to be surfing. For the past 3 years, he's rarely missed a practice and is always looking for ways to improve. Charlie competes in both the shortboard and bodyboard at all of our competitions. He's worked hard to develop his skills and is the ultimate leader by example. We are thankful to keep Charlie as a leader for our team next year. Congratulations, Charlie. I am proud to present the Surf Team MVP Award to Mark Tankersley. Mark joined the surf team as a sophomore and has been a top competitor all 3 years. He has also led the team as captain for the past 2 years. Mark competes in both men's shortboard and longboard divisions at all of our contests. He's led the team in points this year and finished in first place overall in our division in the men's longboard. His individual first place finish led our team to also take first place in the team division of men's longboard. Mark is a strong competitor, supportive teammate, and has been an integral part of our team for the past 3 years. We will definitely miss him next year, but wish him the best at Claremont McKenna College. Congratulations, Mark. Next up, I would like to introduce girls tennis coach Jenna Ferrari.
Girls tennis Parker Power is Cameron Ang. Cameron was a pivotal player for the 2019 season with victories that helped the team reach the CIF semifinals. She was not only a selfless team captain, but set a sterling example for her younger teammates by fully supporting her team through victories and defeats and fostering camaraderie among the teammates off the courts. Congrats, Cameron. Girls tennis MVP is Caitlin Rawlings. Caitlin was a hard-driving player and exemplary teammate. Named as one of San Diego's players to watch by San Diego Union Tribune at the start of the 2019 season, Caitlin went on to win 29 sets through the season and helped the team progress to the CIF semifinals. Congrats, Caitlin. Next up, I'd like to introduce our girls volleyball coach, Audra Dent.
Hi, I just wanted to first start by thanking our team, our parents, and my coaching staff for an awesome season. Also our extended Parker family, we appreciate you guys so much. The first young lady that I'm going to recognize tonight is someone who has an unbelievable amount of energy, and her athleticism matches that. You cannot go into a gym and not notice her, be it offensively crushing the ball at the 10-foot line or defensively just absolutely shutting people down with her block. Her intensity on the court really helped us out in terms of our team cohesiveness and our energy levels. Beyond that, she's just a great person, a great teammate, and one of the best athletes I've ever gotten the privilege to coach. Our Parker Power Award will go to Arrington Jones. Now on to the MVP. I've had the privilege of coaching this young lady for all 4 of her years on varsity. We've grown a lot together. I've gotten to see her mature from just a young girl into now a young woman who is going to be going to college soon. She was the epitome of a leader and a captain for me this year and really kept the whole team on the same page, be it competitively, work ethic-wise. She would organize team bonding, organize workouts outside of hours, and really just led the team with a strength and maturity that made me really proud. On the court, she has improved so much over the last 4 years that it was just an undoubtable choice for me to nominate her for MVP. And this award goes to Callie Keating. All right, I'm going to now introduce our head water polo coach, Sam Busby.
Parker Water Polo, congratulations on returning to the Division III Finals. Our water polo MVP is Spencer Lafferty, a master of consistency. Spencer has started all 69 games in Parker Water Polo history. The Parker Power Award goes to Ashwin Rhodes. Transformed through sport, Ashwin is the first water polo athlete committed to playing at the next level.
Thank you, Sam. It was a tremendous start to the school year. Congratulations to all of our fall sports recipients. Before we hear from our winter coaches, let's take a look at some of our future Lancer student athletes, our 8th grade Lancer leaders. Our future looks bright with those 8th graders coming to the upper school. Now, let's hear from our winter coaches. We will start with our head boys basketball coach, Mr. Jim Tomey.
Hello, it is my pleasure to present our 2020 Parker Power and MVP awards for boys basketball to the finest backcourt in Parker history. We'll start with Parker Power. I've watched this amazing individual grow from a young, undersized 7th grader to a graduating beacon of light. A fabulous teammate who possesses great work ethic, responsibility, leadership qualities, and tremendous skill and competitive spirit. A great student of the game. He was this coach's dream player. In fact, he was like having another coach on the floor. His competitive fire was unmatched during his 3 years of varsity basketball. He spearheaded our defense and was always asked to guard the opponent's best player, a challenge he embraced every single time. If the other team turned the ball over during the game, odds are this player had forced it. Not only was he great on the court, this player brought an incredible energy to the locker room every day. He had a way of keeping us relaxed and focused, a unique balance that all good teams need. He knew what it meant to be a teammate, and we fed off his confidence, always leading by example. He grew into a player that our younger players could learn from. He was someone they could count on for support in good or bad times. He was a true friend to all our players, coaches, and the overall Parker family. He's a great model for how a Parker student athlete should develop and grow in all areas. A well-mannered, respectful, and highly accountable student athlete. He will sit on my top shelf as one of my all-time great players. He has tremendous character with self-control and intelligence, but I'm not surprised because he's the product of a great family. He will be attending Whitman College in the fall. It is my pleasure to introduce our 2020 Parker Power Award winner, Miles Williams. For the past 3 years, this young man helped raise the bar for Parker basketball and really changed the way I coached. Our teams in the past had a specific style of play, and this player's skills and athleticism allowed for a faster, more explosive approach to the game. As an 8th grader, I admired his honed fundamentals, sharp basketball IQ, and competitive spirit, and decided we were going to play hard, smart, and fast during his career at Parker. In fact, I used to tell him and his teammates, play as fast as you can for as long as you can. For 3 years, he led our charge down the court. He made fantastic decisions while playing lightning fast, all while making everyone better on the floor. He had my total trust and belief. He entertained us all with his long-range bombs, cheetah-like sprints up and down the court, and a hardened, mature toughness well beyond his years. He was awesome to coach and even better to play with. A fantastic teammate who cared about everyone. He fiercely wanted to win and pursued that end with his teammates
leading always by example and doing it the right way. He is a shining representative of a Parker student athlete and a fantastic extension of an awesome family. He will be missed on the court, but never forgotten, and he will be considered one of the all-time Parker greats. The 2020 MVP of the Coastal League and two-time All-CIF player, he will continue his basketball career next year as a student athlete at Brown University. Our 2020 Parker MVP is Kimo Ferrari. What I'd like to do now is introduce our great head women's basketball coach here at Parker, Judy Spolstra.
Hello, welcome Parker family, and thank you for having us today. We're so excited about these Parker Awards, and it's a great tribute to all of the student athletes here at Francis Parker School. First of all, I'd like to thank my staff that did a tremendous job for me this year. Coach Ari, always there for me, and did a super job at training the girls. And then Coach Nalbandian, who joined us halfway through, did a good job with a lot of our biomechanic analysis. Also like to thank all of Parker Nation, because without Coach Thomas and all the other staff here that really helped as a new coach get everything organized and get the gym ready. We had numerous home games this year, and thank you, they did a very good job. My team, my heart, thank you so much. I hope you guys are doing great, staying busy, working out a little bit. We need to shoot. And I know you guys are doing great in school. I keep up tabs with you, and I just really want to say thank you very much for a wonderful season. And last but not least, my Parker parents. You guys were instrumental in keeping everything together. We had meals for every game, and you guys were always there to support the girls, and thank you very much. On with our awards. Our first award is the Parker Power Award. And this is kind of a fun award for me to choose and look at all the players on the team. It talks about enthusiasm, it talks about team spirit, it talks about Parker pride. And there's one player that I really thought of that embodied all of this. The player that actually probably initially got every joke I told right off the bat. And this Parker Power Award goes to our junior, McKenna Golding. Thank you, McKenna, for having a wonderful year, for joining us as a soccer player, a soccer goalie. You were instrumental in making our team stronger, making practices fun, keeping things light, working hard. And at one of our last games against Calexico, you had some very key baskets and key moments for us. And I just really want to thank you, very deserving of the Parker Power Award. Our next award goes to our most valuable player. This is a player that averaged 14 points a game, 9 rebounds a game, had an efficiency field goal percentage of 40%, really put teams on their heels every single game. She was a hard worker every day in practice and did a super job for us, and that Parker Most Valuable Player for Women's Basketball Award goes to Jasmine Brooks. Thank you, Jasmine, for a great year. You're a phenomenal athlete. Next level type basketball player, and I'm just looking forward to coaching you next year. And up next is our Parker rugby coach, Danny Barrett. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Danny Barrett, the head rugby coach for Francis Parker. We had a very good year this year. It was a first-time program, first season, 14 new players to the game out of 16 total. Couldn't have been more proud of what we put together over the past few months. Just wanted to say a quick thank you to my fellow coaches, Brett Thompson, Ben Pinkelman, as well as Warren Speaker. So now to introduce the Francis Parker Power Award to Oshman Rhodes. Oshman was one of a couple seniors on the team who showed up every practice, whether he was hurt, healthy, rain, shine, everything about it, and asked more questions than I've ever seen in my 15 plus years playing rugby. As well, I would like to give the award for MVP to one of our 3 team captains and more influential members of the team, Quinn Speaker. Quinn came in with a rugby background and really led from the front, on the field and off the field, pushing us to a semifinal berth in the Division III playoffs and just being an all-around great team player. Up next, I would like to introduce Amani Walker, head coach, men's soccer.
First, I want to say congrats to all of our athletes this year in the whole soccer program from middle school up into varsity. Being my first year as a head coach, this was probably the best year I ever could have had with the team that we did. And I just want to say thank you to the players and families who allowed me to work and welcomed me with such open arms. Everybody in this team was incredibly special, culminating into a league championship and a CIF final appearance we haven't had since 2016. I want to say thank you again. It was a ton of fun, and these two players that we're going to recognize here tonight are just a small piece of the larger puzzle that really came together and made this team as successful as it was. First, the student athlete was one of the kindest people I've met in my time coaching at Parker. He's an incredibly bright young man, and he's always carried himself with poise and maturity. His love for the game of soccer has been apparent since middle school, where his work ethic and his drive were already evident. This allowed him to transition to varsity as a sophomore smoothly, and eventually became one of the first names I put on my team sheet every game. As captain this year, he jumped in with both feet, organizing and leading his teammates, and asking not only how he could improve, but what he could do to make the entire team more successful. He truly exemplifies what it means to be a Francis Parker student athlete. So this year's Parker Power Award goes to Nick Del Rio. Our team was special this year, full of young men who understood their role and excelled in everything that they were asked to do. This athlete took his role and ran with it, provided the spark that we needed to get us through the toughest of games. This guy will shoot from anywhere, and I think sometimes that was just to annoy us coaches. But with 23 goals in 21 games, along with 6 assists, he was clearly our offensive leader in the successful year that we had. And the best part is that he has 2 more years to continue to score and create goals for us. Voted MVP of the Coastal League in 2020, our Parker Soccer MVP is Caesar Hoover. Next up, I'd like to introduce girls soccer head coach, Melissa Warner.
First, I'd like to thank our incredible staff and parents for all of our support this year to get us as far as we did in our CIF playoff run. It was really great. I would like to announce our Parker Power recipient. First is Natalie Beery. Natalie's presence on and off the field defined our success this year. She's a very versatile player, and she shined in the midfield. Natalie's always one of the hardest working players, both in practice and in games, and you could always rely on her to do what was necessary on the field. She's an excellent student and a wonderful and supportive teammate, and all around a really great person to know. Natalie brought a certain calm to the game that was felt by all around her, and I am very proud to present her with the Parker Power Award this season. Next is Maya Carlson. She is our girls' MVP this season. As a goalkeeper and our team's last defender, her role on this team already carries a tremendous amount of weight. Maya earned MVP because simply, our team does not get to the CIF finals without her between the posts. She kept us in the competition with massive saves throughout the year, including a PK save against Central Union, allowing us to advance to the playoffs. Maya led our defense in keeping a clean sheet throughout our journey to CIF finals. We relied on her confidence in the goal, and I'm proud to present Maya Carlson as our MVP this year. I would love to introduce next Sam Busby, our women's water polo head coach. Thank you.
Congratulations to all the girls who completed the first Parker girls water polo season. Our water polo MVP is the first athlete to score in both the boys and girls water polo programs. Ashley Watts is a leader and a student athlete deserving of her own award. Our Parker Power winner is Maddie Geek. Essential in establishing Parker water polo, Maddie is ready to lead the girls' future.
Thank you, Sam, and congratulations again on getting our girls water polo program started. What a Herculean feat. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Parker student athletes excel in every aspect of CIF competition. So I want to congratulate all of our award-winning programs, to our CIF all-academic teams, to the Union Tribune all-academic achievement members, the High School Sports Association Scholar Athletes, and the CIF Spirit of Sports Award winners. Now I would like to introduce our head baseball coach, Mr. Ahmad Stevens.
Welcome, faculty and staff. I'd like to thank my coaches for unfortunately short season, but I thank them for the hard work, their efforts they put in with our team. First and foremost, unfortunately we had a short season, but I know moving forward next year it's going to be highlighted with some ample energy and some heightened focus to get our guys back on the field so they'll be ready next year. Starting out with our Parker Power, I'd like to give that to Matthew Baker Dunn. Baker Dunn has played with passion, fire, and always amping up his teammates. I love his athleticism, and he is always willing to go the extra mile for his players and teammates. Moving forward, going on with our Parker MVP, that goes to Jack Allen. Jack Allen is one of those silent leaders that definitely leads by example. He has accelerated his game both on and off the defense and offensive side of the ball. And besides being a standout shortstop, he's a phenomenal pitcher. And closing out, I'd like to pass it on to our golf coach, Coach Jack Klein.
Thank you, Coach. First, I'd like to recognize Ryan McCormick, this year's freshman phenom. Our sophomores Hayden Ghosh, Trevor DiPodesta, and our returner Miles Herb. Our seniors Xander Brandt and Charlie Tobin. Finally, our co-captain Max Chapman. Wonderful young man, not only has limitless talent, but is a great leader as well. I want to publicly thank all of these players for their hard work, commitment, and how they worked as a team. Gentlemen, thank you. Now the Parker Power Award. Jake, your hard work shined through, carrying you to your lowest scores this year. It's awesome to watch how much your game has improved since you started playing just 3 years ago. Jake, you're always fun to be around and the kind of teammate we all love and hope for. Jake, your future accomplishments will only be limited by your imagination. Thanks, Jake. As our returning captain, Chris, you were our leader and our MVP in every way. Your outstanding play, sportsmanship, communication with teammates are something we all should strive for. Chris, you made us both better on and off the course. Thank you. There is not enough time or words to describe how hard you work and how awesome you are as a young man. Chris, you will accomplish as much as you can dream. Congratulations, Chris. Now, boys lacrosse coach, Ken McGuire.
Good afternoon, everybody. Great to be here. Great to see everyone, or kind of see everybody. I'd like to take this time to thank my assistant coaches, Coach Corey, Coach Espinosa. Really appreciate everything you've done and continue to do for our team and for Parker Lacrosse in general. Also want to thank the team for everything you've done this season, given the trying times of not being able to live out the full season, but putting in your best effort regardless, and as we continue to see each other online. So thank you for that. To start off, our Parker Power Award winner, he truly exemplifies being a great teammate and great captain, what I would call a true water carrier. He does not look for recognition from his efforts or the work that he puts in. He does everything just because it benefits the team, whether it's getting extra work in on his own, in his free time, talking to teammates, stay positive during difficult times, whether during the game or off the field. And not only does he excel on the field, but also in the classroom. And it'll be great to have him back next year as a junior. Our Parker Power Award winner is Jesse Smith. and now our MVP. This player showed a relentless attitude when training and playing in games, a true competitor. His attitude and resilience were great when asked to play multiple positions to help benefit the team in different games. He did so without hesitation. He made a great impact as a captain and during games in critical scenarios to help lift the team. We look forward to having him return for his senior year. Our MVP is Aaron Steensma. Congratulations, both our award winners, and next up is our girls lacrosse coach, Casey Taggart.
Hello everyone, my name is Casey Taggart, head coach for girls lacrosse at Parker. I first want to thank my assistants this year, Coach L and Coach Sanders. They have been a huge help getting me prepared for the season and helping the girls get prepared also. I also want to say a quick thank you to our athletic director, Coach Thomas, Missy, and Amani. Without them, all the behind the scenes work of the season on without you. First, we have our Parker Power Award. This year's Parker Power Award is going to a girl who always showed up to practice, happy, lucky, with a positive attitude. She worked hard every day on and off the field, balancing being a ballerina, girls lacrosse, serving her community, and serving on student government. So not just being a student athlete, but serving her community also. She uplifts her teammates every chance she gets during practice, whether it's in hard games or hard runs, and we couldn't have got through the season without her. Our 2020 Parker Power Award goes to Lauren Case. Congratulations, Lauren. Next up is our MVP for Parker Lacrosse. This athlete works hard in and out of season, on and off the field, whatever she's doing. In just a few amount of games, she scored 13 goals in 2020. That is an accomplishment in itself. I can't imagine how many goals she would have scored at the end of the season, probably breaking records here at Parker. This is an amazing accomplishment. This MVP works hard, is a team player, and I have no doubt she will do great things at MIT next year. Congratulations, Savannah Gordon, your 2020 MVP. Up next, we have Audra Dett with girls sand volleyball.
Hi again. As you all know, our sand volleyball season this spring got cut a little bit short in terms of what we were able to do actually on the court, but our team continued, and it was very apparent to me that the two girls that I'm going to recognize were deserving of it. I'm going to start with our Parker Power Award, and this young lady, I have been able to coach all 4 of her years, both on the sand and indoor. And it's been really, really amazing to see her growth as not only an athlete, but as a young woman. And she's been a great leader for us. She really did well with mentoring the younger players on the sand. It's one of those sports that sometimes people just try and play their first year of high school and they've never played before. And so it can be intimidating, but this young lady, she did a really, really great job of helping to care for the younger girls and to teach them all the things you need to know on the beach, which is a lot. So her energy, her team connectedness really, really was a bright spot for our team, both when we were able to practice at the beach and once we went online. So she was always there, she was always encouraging, she was always contributing, and that is why our Parker Power Award will go to Victoria Miller. Next is going to be the MVP, and this young lady has been with me for the last 4 years. Her skills on the beach have really become refined in the last years, and it really shows her love for the sport when she's on the court. It's a different game than indoor, and it's not all athletes are able to make that transition, but she's done it really beautifully. I really respect the leader that she's grown into and the maturity that I've seen from her both on and off the court. And this name might be familiar to you all, but our MVP for the sand is Callie Keating. And now I will be introducing our girls softball coach.
As this abbreviated spring season comes to a close, I just want to take time to thank the parents and all of the coaches, as well as the team, for all they've contributed and their willingness to adapt to a crazy season. To begin, I'd like to start with our Parker Power Award. In her 2 years on the varsity softball team, this player has shown dedication and passion on and off the field. Her positive attitude and her contributions to the team and her academics is what makes her a true Parker athlete. She is not only a star on her robotics team, but she also shines on the softball field as well. She's always willing to play any position needed, and she quite literally stepped up to the plate by taking on the challenge of the catcher's position, as well as a co-captain this season. It is with great pride we award Jana Wadwa with this year's Parker Power Award. For our MVP, it goes to our only senior this year, who has spent 4 years dedicated to the varsity team, but started playing long before that at Parker. In her freshman year, her varsity debut set the tone for her high school career, pitching an 8-inning tiebreaker game with Mission Bay. During that game, Katie allowed only 2 earned runs, and from there she was off to the races, pitching her first full game no-hitter. In her sophomore year, Katie was selected as the team MVP and earned an all-league team selection. This was also one of her many accolades her junior year, as well as being named a co-captain. In Katie's 4 years as a varsity player, she has pitched a total of 321.6 innings in 49 games. She has had a total of 254 strikeouts and an average of a 3.17 ERA in her entire high school career. In her short season alone, Katie has pitched 28 innings with an ERA of 1.5 and had a record-setting game against Maranatha Christian when she recorded 19 strikeouts and was credited for 20 of the 21 game outs. It is because of her outstanding performance, her never-quit attitude, her leadership skills, and an amazing 4 years that Katie Austin is once again the MVP award recipient. Next up, I'd like to introduce Tucker Clary of the boys tennis.
Hello everyone, Coach Tucker here with boys varsity tennis. I wanted to first say how honored I am to be able to present the 2 of our seniors these awards because they truly deserve it just based on all their hard work and dedication they put into this season. It's a shame that the season got cut short, but I'm really happy that we're able to take this time out and honor them. So first, our MVP, someone who just works hard every single day, brings a humbled attitude, and was arguably one of the best players in the entire city. Came in as the San Diego Tribune's spotlight player to watch and backed it up with an undefeated season until it unfortunately got cut short. Going to Carnegie Mellon next year to play tennis. Our 2019-2020 MVP, Derek Wong. And next, our Parker Power Award. This is someone who truly was humble, a great teammate, worked hard in every single role that we gave him and really just worked hard every single day. I can't thank him enough for everything he's done. So our Parker Power Award goes to Kevin Capps. So next, I'd like to introduce our head track and field coach, DJ Walcott. Thank you.
Jeremy Lin is a sprinter. He's fast and many times first. This season, he didn't get to run. When we had real meetings and practices, Jeremy arrived first. When we went online, Jeremy was in the hangout first. When we had our activity logs to track our at-home workouts, Jeremy filled it out first. Jeremy's hard work and inspiration makes him the boys' track and field MVP. Kenan Paula's track season ended before it could begin. But if you know Kenan, you know that couldn't stop him. He pushed himself with weekly time trials on his treadmill. Kenan improved every week, and then came his 2-mile time trial. Had it been in a real meet, Kenan's time would have broken the school record and placed him amongst the best distance runner in the state and nation. For Kenan's hard work and determination, they are inspirational, making him the boys' track and field Parker Power winner. No matter on the track or in the hangout, Benishek is a force for Parker girls track and field. During the practices and workouts, Vivian pushed herself and encouraged others as a distance runner. While doing the home hangouts, she was the one who would tell Coach DJ with a smile that his mic was muted. Vivian's positive attitude and hard work are inspirational, making her the girls' track and field MVP. Kiana Kelly was on her way to greatness before the season was canceled. When the team went online with home workouts and activity logs, I became worried for our athletes. I quickly found that I could always count on a new entry from Kiana. I know there are great things inside of her. Kiana's commitment and hard work are inspirational, making her the girls' track and field Parker Power winner.
On a team of wonderful, hard-working, dedicated, unselfish, and caring young men, this man stood out. His positive attitude and work ethic always brightened our practices. He is kind and always supportive of his teammate player. He always sacrificed personal glory for the good of the team. He said his favorite volleyball memory was watching his teammates succeed. As a result, this young man is admired and appreciated by everyone in our program. He will be attending Princeton University next year. Our Parker Power Award winner for indoor volleyball, Rodrigo Gallardo. Our MVP for boys volleyball transformed himself from a JV setter into a 2-year varsity starting middle blocker. He led our team in our pre- and postseason workouts, never missing a practice. He changed his body more than a player in Parker history, and it had a huge impact on how he played the game. As a freshman, he could not do one single pull-up. This year in our preseason testing, he did 21. As a freshman, when he tried to jump, I'm not sure he ever left the ground. And if he did, he typically fell to the floor on impact. Now he has a close to a 30-inch vertical jump, and he had the highest jump reach on our team. He has left a lasting legacy on his younger teammates of the value of hard work. More importantly, you cannot find a nicer, more caring, unselfish person than this young man. He's going to USC next year in the fall. Our boys volleyball MVP, Billy Harrington.
The Banner Factory was sure busy this year, as these following teams brought home a championship. Congratulations. Please welcome back Dr. Gillespie, a standout collegiate athlete herself. She will be announcing the Tri-Sport Athlete Award.
At Parker, we value multiple sport athletes. The Tri-Sport Athlete Award is given to student athletes that participate in 3 or more sports at the varsity level during one school year and finish the seasons in good standing. The following student athletes have earned this distinction: Annika Clark, surfing, cheer, and softball. Leonard Daniels, sand volleyball, surfing, and baseball. Carter Horia, football, surfing, and track. Jorge Luna, cross country, rugby, and track. Jesse Smith, cross country, rugby, and lacrosse. Savannah Gordon, cross country, water polo, and lacrosse. Soren Oldenburg, water polo, surfing, and lacrosse. John Valverde, cross country, soccer, and track. Rebecca Blanchard, tennis, water polo, and lacrosse. Melina Doms, volleyball, basketball, sand volleyball. Joey Diamond Potts, sand volleyball, soccer, and volleyball. Maddie Geek, surfing, water polo, and sand volleyball. Callie Keaton, volleyball, water polo, and sand volleyball. Rio Lacey, volleyball, water polo, sand volleyball. Peter Valverde, cross country, football, soccer, and rugby. Chris Williams, football, soccer, and baseball. Mark Tankersley, sand volleyball, surfing, rugby, and volleyball. Jackie Cristofelli, tennis, water polo, and lacrosse.
At Parker, we celebrate the achievement of our student athletes. From the CIF and High School Sports Association Awards to our Lancers at the next level. But when you talk about the highest achievement, the Hall of Fame is where it's at. I'd like to introduce Lancer Hall of Famer and head boys soccer coach, Amani Walker, who will recognize the Hall of Fame nominations for this year.
And now it's my honor to announce the Hall of Fame nominees for the class of 2020. First up, Spencer Lafferty, boys water polo. Spencer has been a part of the water polo team since its inception, starting all 69 games team apart, and we wish him the best of luck beyond. Next up, Ashley Watt, boys and girls water polo. Ashley again has been a part of the water polo team since its inception. She routinely promoted the good well-being of the team, being almost like a second coach out there. She also was one of the founding members of the girls water polo team this past season. Next, boys basketball, Kimo Ferrari. Kimo has led the team and raised the bar for the program over his past 3 seasons. Kimo's senior leadership and honed basketball skills allowed us to play fast and winning basketball. Kimo led the team in scoring, assists, and rebounding, and made everyone on the team better. He finished his career as a first-team All-San Diego County guard and the MVP of a tough coastal league. He will continue his basketball at Brown University. Last, football, Sam Caposeco. Sam graduates as one of the most accomplished players to have ever played football at Francis Parker. A 2-time first-team all-conference section at linebacker, Sam is the all-time leading tackler in program history, notching 348 tackles over his past 4 seasons. In addition to being the heart of the Lancer defense, Sam was also a force at running back, where he rushed for over 600 yards and scored 10 touchdowns in both his junior and senior year. As a team captain, Sam's leadership was instrumental in guiding the Lancers to both Pacific and section championships in 2019.
Now we will have Coach Herman announce the Chuck Freer Sportsmanship Award.
It is an honor for me tonight to present the Chuck Freer Sportsmanship Award. After an illustrious career as an officer and pilot in the U.S. Navy, Chuck began teaching tennis at Parker from 1964 through 1974. His energy and love of the game was manifested in the students, whom he taught and inspired in the early 70s. He began our high school tennis program and coached several players that went on to play in college tennis. During his tenure as Parker's coach, several team traits stood out: the players' love and respect for the game, respect for the opponents, and the players' ability to overcome adversity. As one past athlete said in describing Chuck, he was a gentleman's gentleman. Our first Freer Award winner was one of 4 seniors and one of the captains on our girls' soccer team this past season. Coach Warner said, "This is the type of young lady that you hope to have the opportunity to coach. She has passion and she always played with fire in her belly every time she stepped on the field. In addition, she always put her teammates before herself. Even though she was injured during the season, she supported her team every day at practice and at games, setting a wonderful example for her younger teammates. Through the ups and downs of the season, she had a knack for finding the lessons in the challenges and presented them to her teammates as a way to grow. This is a testament to her character and her ability to lift up her teammates when things were not going our way. This growth mindset helped fuel our team to an unbelievable run through the CIF playoffs, including playing in the championship game. Our first Chuck Freer Award winner is Sarah Efris. Our second Freer Award winner was one of the best leaders in Parker football history. He would do whatever he could to help his team be successful. He played multiple positions and would change positions based on what the team needed. If he was asked to carry the ball 100 times a game, he would do it if it gave our team a better chance to win. At the low point of the season, after a devastating loss to Menlo Atherton, he asked Coach Morrison, "What can I do better?" Holding himself accountable, he always pointed with his thumb. He battled through injuries the whole season and never missed a game, persevering through injuries that would have sidelined most people. He became a vocal leader which is not easy or fun to do with your kids. But his teammates respected and trusted him because of his work ethic and his personal sacrifices. He always celebrated his team's success more than his own. He will be attending UCLA next year. Trevor Brokowski.
Thank you, Coach Herman. The Parker Athletic Achievement Award is presented to student athletes who have made a substantive contribution to their sport over their 4-year career. The student athlete demonstrated an uncanny work ethic and was selfless in their commitment, making their teammates better while accomplishing team goals over personal goals. This year's recipients of the Parker Achievement Award are Sam Camposeco and Jessica Chapin. Congratulations. Finally, the Outstanding Athlete of the Year. This award recognizes a male and female student athlete who excelled all throughout their seasons and are outstanding role models for their programs they participated in. The Outstanding Athletes of the Year are Kimo Ferrari and Savannah Gordon. Congratulations. As we come to the close of yet another great year for Parker Athletics, I want to acknowledge all of our seniors one last time. What you had to endure was unprecedented. But like I said before, at our hashtag Be the Light recognition, sports has a way of putting us in situations that are out of our control. In those moments, however, we learn that all we really can control is how we respond. The class of 2020 responded with perseverance and a determination to stay connected. Our senior speakers' stories are all of your stories. The relationships that you have built over these will pay great dividends as you move on to your next endeavor. I am grateful for the way you handled adversity, discomfort, success, and failure. Thank you for your leadership and commitment. Our first speaker is...
I was tasked with creating a speech in which I would explain the weight and magnitude that Parker's on my high school career and subsequently my life. Easy, right? I mean, we all have so much to talk about. But here's the catch. I'd only get 3 minutes to do so. So how do you shorten 4 years worth of memories and lessons and games and laughs and trips to the hospital into a 3-minute speech? I mean, Coach Rose, Nikki, and KT Tape deserve their own entire speech just for keeping me alive these past 4 years. And how would I thank Coach Matt? Someone who's been like a second father to myself and the rest of his players, and for teaching us that football really is more than just a game. It's really a simplified version of life, and that hard work really does pay off. But you may not see that success immediately, and it may even take a couple years, but if you remain steadfast in your beliefs and don't waver, not even for a second, then success truly is inevitable. And then Coach Thomas, someone who's able to do what we all knew Parker Sports was capable of and really bring Parker Sports back out onto the map. There are so many people that make Parker Sports quite possibly the greatest program in the entire world, and that's when I realized this speech is actually quite simple. In 50 years, it won't be Coach Rose or even the championship game that stay with me. It'll be the people I met along the way. It'll be my brothers, Russ and Sam and Apollo and Barton, who stood alongside me these past 4 years when people called us crazy for believing we could bring a banner back to Parker. And it'll be the long bus rides filled with laughs and memories and even silence and pranks that stay with me. It'll be my coaches who help turn our dreams into actuality. It'll be Coach Egan screaming and Coach DJ's plan talks and Coach Jamal's dancing and Coach Mo's commentary on the huddle film. And it's the people, the coaches, and the athletes that make Parker Sports so great. And this is the way that Parker Sports has changed my life. Because if I had to choose between my ring or all the people I met along the way, I would throw my ring out in a heartbeat. By surrounding myself with some of the smartest and most competitive and craziest people on this planet, I have been pushed more than I ever knew was possible. And it truly has changed my life. Something that we do in Parker football is ask what the P stand for me. The P stands for people. Thank you.
Thank you, Trevor, for sharing those inspirational words. And I know, as a fellow Bruin, that we will be happy to have you in Westwood this fall. Next, we will have Miss Jessica Chapin.
Hi everyone, I'm Jessica Chapin. To me, the Parker athletic community and culture is unparalleled. I would like to thank everyone involved in it, ranging from the coaches, students, faculty, and parents. Parker Athletics has taught me to create goals, which have pushed me to develop at every session, compete with passion, and most importantly, care for every player. Sports can have a special way of enhancing character because they put you in vulnerable positions where your strength and courage are tested. I know I'm usually quite talkative, but I will be the first to say it that I can be pretty shy. I've had to learn to voice my opinions without fear and work to control my narrative independent of social expectations. However, in sports, you have the opportunity to have a voice and inspire teammates and friends to push themselves harder. Parker has taught me how to use courage and honor on and off the field and with everyone I encounter. The biggest thing I've learned in my 4 years of high school soccer is the importance of figuring out the reason for my actions. Acting on and off the field with purpose and intent has been crucial in building my character. Sports have helped me learn to trust myself and my team while showing them endless compassion and respect. While everyone plays for a different purpose, to fully understand and love your teammates and friends, I believe that it is important to not only play for your purpose, but for theirs, regardless of whether or not you can emphasize with it. I think it's one of the biggest things that will help me as I head off to college. Something really unique to Parker is that while they care about winning, they care a lot more about the development and health of their athletes. My team was going through a little rough patch, and because of a couple special people in the Parker community, it prompted a really great conversation for us. We each shared our main reason for playing, and in that moment, I think we all understood each other so much more and played the rest of the season for each other and as a team that was equipped with a new and strong tool, empathy. We ended up refocusing and put the team above ourselves. This allowed us to make it to the CIF finals, which was pretty awesome. Parker Athletics really isn't just about sports. It is a developed system that emphasizes physical, mental health, support, and fosters a sense of belonging. This special sense of belonging that I have been shown since 7th grade has a really special place in my heart. I am so incredibly grateful that I've been able to participate in sports and interact with such beautiful people here at Parker, and I am forever grateful for everything I've learned. Lastly, I would like to thank a few people who have had a great impact on me throughout my career as a Parker athlete. I would like to thank Mr. T-Bach for inspiring me to play with heart and have fun while doing it. Coach Zuri for always keeping me in check and for her brutal, honest opinions. Coach Melissa for her transparency and drive. Coach E for teaching me the importance of grit and spirit. Coach Thomas for his expectations and passion. My mom and dad for their love. My team for never giving up. And last but not least, Nikki Daner, who has been my rock since 7th grade. I'm really going to miss cheering on the sidelines at games, the endless support of the Parker community, the rush of emotions of winning or losing, and the constant smiling faces at the field every single day. I'm going to miss being a Parker athlete. I am forever indebted to this community that has taught me so much and has inspired me every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. You are truly a rock of this program and you will be sorely missed, but we wish you well. Next, we will have Mr. Billy Harrington.
There's a picture out there of me as a freshman leaving the Lauer field, waddling in full football pads and barely $1.20. That was my first taste of high school sports at Parker, and it was also where I thought I'd be for the next 4 years. Evidently, that ended up not being the case. I quit football a week later, and another week later I was practicing in the pit with the beach volleyball team. I ended up learning a lot of things from stepping away from the sport I thought would define my time in high school. For one, I learned that if you aren't going to play ball, you're also going to have to get good at avoiding Coach Matt needling you to play for a year. But I also learned that I didn't have to stick with a path I thought I had to go down. I was fortunate enough to transfer from one set of legendary Parker coaches to another when I got the chance to be a part of Coach Herm's program. Point is, I was afforded the opportunity to not only play, but grow through my time at Parker. There were so many people supporting me all along the road, and just so many people who believed in me at times that kept me going. To name a couple, I think you won't find anyone as earnestly kind and helpful as Coach Rose, who supported me through every sport and workout I ever went through. He's more than just a trainer. He's a leader and a friend and a really funny guy. Scotty Moe, who I never ever got to thank until now, always brought his exuberance and thoughtfulness to his work. And it's a hard task to fill the shoes of a position once held by Coach Herm for anything, yet Coach Thomas has set a new standard of excellence as to what being an athletic director means. He is unselfish, smart, and diligent far beyond the bounds of his work. It was Coach Thomas who first talked to me after Parker Volleyball lost a heart-wrencher at home to get knocked out of the playoffs last year. He told me that night to stop by his office first thing tomorrow so that we could talk about what the plan was for next year. With the time I've had to reflect, I know that losing one last season of Parker Athletics won't negate everything the past 11 have brought for me. Being able to adapt is the name of the game, whether it's premature off-season plans, bad chemistry, or freak injuries. I was so used to taking the opportunity I was given in Parker's athletic programs for granted that the flexibility it afforded me was in second nature. Now, in my final drive with Parker Athletics, I have one last final appreciation for the great, overarching lesson it's taught me: adaptability.
We have had an incredible evening of celebration and recognition. Before we close the books on this year, we have one last special recognition. I'm going to ask Coach Matt Morrison to lead off talking about this special student athlete.
I'm very excited to have the opportunity to speak with you about one of our Parker football team captains, Sam Camposeco. Sam was honored earlier this year by the National Football Foundation as the winner of the Willie Jones Memorial Award, which is given annually to San Diego's most inspirational high school football player. I cannot name any player that I've ever coached or who has ever suited up at Francis Parker who is more deserving of this prestigious accomplishment. Sam has overcome so much hardship and adversity in his life, and for him to achieve at the level that he's achieved at Parker on the field and community is nothing short of miraculous. Sam is going to graduate our program as the all-time leading tackler in the history of Francis Parker football with 348 tackles. That's an incredible accomplishment. It's a testament to the most impressive trait about Sam, which is his consistency. Sam was raised in an environment where there was no consistency. And for him to develop the type of mindset and attitude and resilience to become one of the most consistent players to ever suit up for our program is an incredible testament to his character. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud to have had the opportunity to coach him, and I can't wait to see the things that he achieved at the next level. Sam, congratulations.
Hey Sam, I want to thank you for being such a great role model to me, man. You showed me what a African-American man should look like and how he should act, he should lead, how to work hard. And I really want to thank you for that. Love you.
To me, Sam Camp is a leader, a role model, a teammate, and an excellent friend. He's a senior who's very easy to talk to. He's welcoming. And to me, when I see a senior on a football team who's willing to talk to all the freshmen, and not only as just teammates, willing to talk to them during lunch as friends, it's really welcoming and it's really nice. It makes you want to be part of the team. So I feel like he set an example of what future players for Parker can expect, and it's a good example to set. I'm gonna miss Sam. Congratulations on your award, and I wish you the best.
Sam Camp is probably the best football leader that I knew. I know I'm annoying at sometimes, but he still decided to take me under his wing and dealt with me for a whole school year, which is pretty shocking because my mom sometimes can't even deal with me for an hour. But Sam's Camp has inspired me to train, and every time I play, I think of him, I play for him, and all the rest of my seniors.
What an amazing tribute to an amazing young man. Sam, you are a true inspiration and a Lancer forever. Thank you for your humility, grace, strength, determination, and leadership. I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. We will be back together soon. But for now, I'm going to let the mighty Parker Pep Band take us out. Stay tuned after for a special message. Good night, everyone.
I'll be the last one standing, 2 hands in the air, I'm a champion. You'll be looking at me when it's over. I live for the battle, I'm a soldier, yeah. I'm a fighter like Rocky, put your flat on your back like Ollie. I'm the greatest, I'm stronger. If my dues can't lose, I'ma own ya. Been working my whole life, and now it's do or die. I am invincible, unbreakable, unstoppable, unshakable. They knock me down, get up again. I am the champion, you gotta know my name. You can't hurt me now, I can't feel the pain. I was made for this, I was born for this. I am the champion. When they write my story, they're gonna think that I did it for the glory. Don't think that I did it for the fame, yeah. I did it for the love of the game, yeah. And this is my chance I'm taking. And all the mold records I'm breaking. All you people watching on TV, you go ahead and put your bets on me, yeah. Been waiting my whole life to see my name in lights. I am invincible, unbreakable, unstoppable, unshakable. They knock me down, I get up again. I am the champion, you gotta know my name. You can't hurt me now, I can't feel the pain. I was made for this, I was born to win. I am the champion. I am the
Another summer day has come and gone away from Paris or Rome, but I wanna go home. Maybe surrounded by a million people, I still feel all alone. Just wanna go home. Oh, I miss you, you know. And I've been keeping all the letters that I wrote to you, each one a line or two. I'm fine, baby. Well, I would send them, but I know that it's just not enough. My words were cold and flat, and you deserve more than that. Another aeroplane, another sunny place. I'm lucky, I know, but I wanna go home. I got to go home. Let me go home. I'm just too far from where you are. I wanna come home. I feel just like I'm living someone else's life. It's like I just stepped outside when everything was going right. And I know just why you could not come along with me. This was not your dream. You always believed in me. Another winter day has come and gone away in either Paris or Rome, and I wanna go home. Let me go home. And I'm surrounded by a million people. I still feel alone. Let me go home. Oh, I miss you, you know. Let me go home. I've had my run, baby, I'm done. I gotta go home. Let me go home. It'll all be alright. I'll be home tonight. I'm coming back home.